I want to talk to you about 3 reasons why you should buy before January. Number 1, prices are low. Number 2, things appreciate often in the spring in San Francisco. And number 3, there's some great deals to be had right now. So let me go into those things a little bit more. My name is Ruth Krishnan. I'm with the Krishnan team at Compass. So number 1, interest rates right now are hovering around 3%. The lowest that they ever have been was January of this year at 2.65. So interest rates are extremely low. There's a lot of people that are saying that they're going to go up a bit. I don't think that they're going to go up dramatically, but a lot of experts are saying that we can expect to see at least a 0.5% increase in interest over the next year. Number 2, if you look at some of the charts that we have on appreciation, what you will see is that San Francisco has a spring-loaded appreciation. So often there's not a lot of inventory right now, but as buyers are looking, or they've checked out of the market, and then they start to trickle on in January, the overbids start happening at that time, and then the new comps start at that time as well. There's a lot of inventory that has been sitting on the market and didn't sell in the prime selling season of the fall. And those sellers are now looking at considering taking price reductions or taking lower offers because they are worried about going into the spring and having things be much more competitive in the spring. So not all sellers, but some sellers are willing to sell for less now. We have gotten several of our buyers into contract below market, below the listing prices. And one of the houses that we sold recently to a buyer, they bought a great house in the Intermission for $765 a square foot, if you can believe that. Another buyer that we got into contract last week, we were expecting the house to go with multiple offers for about $200,000 higher than what the comps were showing. And it turned out that we were the only offer there and we were able to get it for list price. We're in the middle of a negotiation on another one right now in a similar situation where we're expecting the house to go about $400,000 over list. No one showed up on offer date, so it looks like we're going to be able to grab that one at a really, really great price as well. So inventory is not high right now, but for those people who are looking for a deal, this is kind of the time of the year to find one. It does mean that you're getting some things that are a little bit picked over sometimes. You might be getting some things that have some deficiencies that not all buyers want. So, typically you're not getting the perfect house that everybody wants for a screaming deal. But if you're willing to be flexible in certain areas, then oftentimes there are deals to be had. Now, with that said, not every seller has to sell, and many of them don't need to sell. And just because something is sitting on the market doesn't mean that the seller is going to reduce. Often we've taken properties off the market in the fall and decided to relist them in the spring, and they had trouble selling in the fall, and then they got multiple bids in the springtime. So there are sellers who will choose to do that, or there are some sellers who will choose to rent. So it really varies. Another thing that you'll find in our newsletter is one of my favorite things. There's a median chart by neighborhood that shows kind of the last 5 years of what has happened in the median prices of those neighborhoods. So you can kind of see where the hot neighborhoods are, where the appreciation has spiked up. You'll notice neighborhoods like Parkside and Mira Loma had a great amount. Glen Park had a tremendous amount of appreciation in the last year. So generally it's different for, as certain neighborhoods rise, often the buyers moved a little further out in order to get a deal, and then they raise the appreciation on those neighborhoods as well. That said, Noe has seen tremendous appreciation again this year as well. So we would love to chat with you if you're a seller and you're thinking about selling. Now's the time, believe it or not, to really be getting ready to sell in January or February. We already have people that are booking all the way into April. So we'd love to chat with you. If you have any questions about buying or selling, we'd love to be a resource for you. Feel free to reach out. Again, I'm Ruth Krishnan and love to connect. Thank you for listening.